So I took the camera outside and I'm taking a little bit of a risk because there's a lot of wind today. Really, it's a quintessential fall day in Vermont to show you some of the leaves, how they're changing, because people have asked me, how are the leaves doing? Are they turning yet? Is it good to come to Vermont and do some leaf peeping? Well, yes and no. I'll show you because I'll turn this camera around a little bit because we've had a lot of rain, remember, a lot of flooding, and I think that has affected the way the leaves are turning now, because instead of being bright orange or red, they're kind of more brownish and yellow and kind of not so nice. But maybe that's just my part here in Vermont. We live very close to the Canadian border. Maybe it's different in other parts of Vermont, but I'll walk around the property and you can see for yourself what it's like, okay? Because it's windy, you might hear all the wind noise, but I have this big dead cat on my microphone, so maybe we're okay. I'm here to answer one of the questions a lot of people have asked me, which is, how did you, as a Dutchman, end up in the United States of America? As you may know, I was born, raised, and educated in the Netherlands. When I was 36 years old, I packed up all my belongings into two suitcases in a plastic bag, I remember it well, and I flew to Philadelphia, and this was in 1999. I still remember me arriving at the airport in Philadelphia, and I was greeted by a group of yelling teenage girls, because on the same plane, unbeknownst to me, was the boy band NSYNC, who was very popular at that time. I left the Netherlands after a long-term relationship had disintegrated dramatically, and the woman I married was not the person I thought she was, and I don't think I was the person she thought I was either. It's better to have a good divorce than a bad marriage, believe me. Anyway, I left a marital home, and since my ex and I were running a training company together, I had to leave that too. Fortunately, there was this similar company in Pennsylvania that wanted to hire me as a coach, and so I took a big leap of faith, left all my friends and all my family behind, and they were quite startled because they had no idea what was going on in my life. Now, to some, the United States of America is the land of unlimited opportunities, the land of milk and honey, where anything is possible. Well, I was never a big fan of the United States. I'm sorry to say, if you're American, don't feel offended. I wasn't a big fan because of the politics and the way I thought the people were. As any European, probably thinks that Americans are quite shallow and materialistic. And there was a lack of health care and a social welfare system that I was used to in Europe. I'm still no fan of the political system here, or the absence of comprehensive social safety networks and universal health care. But after being here for over 20 years now, almost can't believe it, I've learned to love the people here, and especially the land. One thing America has is space, and nature is absolutely stunning. I'm happy to say that I'm an American citizen now, and the only way I'm going back to the Netherlands is as a tourist, believe me. The United States has been good to me. It has definitely grown on me, and I'm sad to say I've grown too, because it's so easy to put on the pounds here. My gosh, life is sweet in many ways. Now, it may sound strange, but being here has made me feel more Dutch than ever. Things I didn't miss back home because I took them for granted, I now miss more than ever. And I'm not talking about the windmills and the tulips and the clocks, that's just for tourists, right? But I'm talking about a certain open-mindedness in Europe, in the Netherlands. A liberal mindset, a place where the gap between rich and poor is not so deep. But in spite of that, this is where I want to be. It's no longer the place to escape to. To me, this is home. Take care. Enjoy yourselves. I'll see you soon.